We're also watching the big story of the day, which is becoming the big story of the week, and that is the weather. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil standing by. He is starting every hour with us this week, and today no exception. Chesley, you're in here yesterday talking about this winter storm this weekend. Has anything changed in the last 24 hours?
Small changes, Dan, very small changes. It still looks like we're going to have the potential for a significant weather event. Now, we're still a couple days out, and there will be more changes, no doubt, because there's still things that we're still looking for as far as the profile, as far as the temperature goes, pinpointing exactly who will get the most when it comes to amounts of maybe snow or even sleet or even freezing rain. Any of those will have varying effects or impacts on our area, especially when you're talking about ice. Freezing rain tends to weigh down those power lines, weighs down trees, and so you're talking about a lot of power outages, the potential for that, at least as we head into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, still the time frame for this winter weather event. So you got to make your plans now, folks, when you talk about travel, when you talk about the potential for power outages, how you're going to navigate, how you're going to protect your or keep your family safe, and when you need a heat source or when you need emergency equipment, those kind of things. You got to gather all those things now. That is the time. The time is now to do that because we're quiet. High pressure just on top of us now, and so we have fair skies on the outside. It looks pretty good. In fact, we have mostly sunny skies right now. You notice the clouds back off to the west of us. That's going to continue to build in as we head through the day. And guess what? Today, we're warming up. Now, we're starting off on the cold side. Temperatures are down below the freezing mark in many spots, all right? And so we're just climbing up above freezing here in Atlanta, but look at all these 20s out there. 29 degrees in Carrollton and over toward Georgia's Rome. 21 in Blairsville, where we spent most of the morning in the teens. We were right at 18 just last hour. 32 degrees in Covington, 24 in Peachtree City, 32 down in Thomaston. Now, once we get to the afternoon, those temperatures are really going to start to mild up on you a bit. We're looking at temperatures getting back to where they should be for this time of year, right around 54 degrees for an afternoon high temperature. So that'll be nice. Our winds will be light as well. So today will feel much different than we have the last couple of days where we spent time in the 40s. But it is a cold start. So if you start off with that coat this afternoon, you may just unbutton it or unzip it for this afternoon. Notice back off to the west of us, you got a wall of rain that's headed in our direction over toward Memphis now, Jackson, Mississippi. That will be making its way toward us. Won't arrive here until we get toward the evening. So after about 7 or 8 o'clock, we can start to see some isolated showers popping up in the forecast area. We're not talking about huge amounts of rain, just more of a nuisance for us trying to get around. Guess what? The showers will stay with us for the next couple of days as well, as those temperatures will remain in the 50s for highs. High pressure that I mentioned over just to the north of us, that's bringing in an easterly flow right now, but those winds will shift to more southerly as we head into the afternoon, and that's what's going to help to boost those temperatures up just a little bit. Now, 40% chance for the rain tomorrow, 30% chance for the rain on Friday. It's over the weekend that colder air begins to evect or push its way down into our area. We will have obviously some available moisture around, 70% chance on Saturday. Sunday, we're looking at a 90% chance, and that's where we could see our mess. I think more so on Sunday than Saturday. All right, I talked about some changes, some small changes. All right, I want to show you those here on our forecast track model. Now, at least for the next couple of days, we're not anticipating too much. Clouds increasing as we head through the day today, and then here comes that rain, right? Overnight tonight, it'll be with us. When you wake up on Thursday morning, it's not snow, it's not ice, it's all rain. There could be some moderate pockets around, and I think our temperatures will be remaining in the 40s overnight thanks to the cloud cover. All right, so when we head into Friday, looking at much of the same, cloud cover will be around the area, but the precipitation becomes a little bit more isolated. All right, and so we'll just have some isolated showers around on Friday. There may be a few pockets that will run through the area. It'll be off and on as we head through the day. Cloudy skies on Friday night. That's where we'll wake up on Saturday morning. So here's the difference, right? Yesterday I was showing you this very model, the European model, which I believe does a little bit better with winter precipitation. If you can recall, last weekend when we were looking at different models, the European model was nailing the snow down to the south of us, where the American model had it kind of spread out all over North Georgia. Now, we're looking at that same model. Yesterday, this time, I was showing you the same time frame, and it had this pink area over all of North Georgia. Now it has backed up a little bit, saying that maybe that precipitation not coming in as early as we thought. So that means temperatures will be allowed to warm up some. So the onset of the precipitation would be more in the form of rain here in the metro area, where up in the North Georgia mountains where it'll be colder, that will be where the mix will take place. Likely a rain sleet mix, or maybe even a rain freezing rain mix, and then that will start to make its way a little bit further down to the south, and so that will be over the metro area as we head into the late afternoon on Saturday, all night, and then into Sunday. So you're talking about a prolonged event. Now, this model also showing that some warmer air may be nosing in that would break down that wedge. A lot of the cold air will be damming up against the mountains there. So the question will be, how long will that wedge hang on? Will it hang on all day Sunday? Will it end as we head into Sunday afternoon? Certainly, if we start to see a warming trend here, whatever ice that we have or mix that we have, the rain will certainly help to wash that out. All right, if our temperatures begin to warm up. There are other models saying that icing event will hold on throughout our area. Most models saying ice now and not snow at all. Most of the snow stays off to the north. This model, in particular, ending by Sunday night, and then colder air will begin to move in beyond that. And so that is the subtle change that we see. Here's the difference, right? Here's the American model, which places that potential for ice over all of North Georgia, even extending further down to the south of the city. Where you look at the European model, what I was just showing you shows that wedging. So it goes down to the city and not much further south than that. And so which one will be the case? Any amount of ice is going to be detrimental to us. Okay, so even if it sets up in a scenario like you're saying, okay, that looks like the better scenario, which certainly it will be as far as area is concerned, but where we have that ice, it's certainly going to be detrimental to the area, so we have to watch out for that. So timeline for you as far as what we need to be doing. Few days out, which is where we are right now, we need to start preparing. Emergency supplies, go ahead and gather those, get them together. Make sure you check on your heating sources, make sure they work. The day before the event, so we're talking about Friday now, you want to keep checking the forecast because it's going to change, and we'll fine-tune those models for you. So you may need to adjust some of your plans. All right, bring the pets inside as well. Get them nice and safe. And then during the event and after the event, limit your travel. I would say just stay inside, but only drive if it's absolutely necessary that you have to do it. Check on your neighbors, of course. Check on your loved ones, your family members. Make sure they're safe. And then properly vent your heating sources, okay? Now, if you have a generator, because a lot of people will be looking into those, already got those questions, keep them about 20 feet away from your house as you keep those on. You don't want those in the house, or at least that exhaust getting in the house. So it's our weekend, folks, that we are looking at as far as our 11 live weather impact alert. But even after that, notice those temperatures, they're not going down. It's going to stay on the cold side, so certainly some refreezing on some of the roads as we head into next week. Dan, back to you.
All right, Chesley. Well, I will see you here at the station this weekend. We can
Yes,
bunk
sir.
up together.
That's our plans. Yeah.